Just a day since the international break has begun, and so far we've had a Premier League referee on his sesh during lose his job. We've had multiple players return from international duty after being withdrawn, and we've had some wholesome content as well, which we'll get into in just a little bit, listening to some of the words of one young Brazilian who is yet to make his appearance for Chelsea, but is soon to, and has spoken on that exact topic. Before we begin, please do like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel, and thus begins, hopefully, an international break where I actually do post content every single day, at least weekdays. It remains to be seen. We'll see it. We'll see how it goes. We see how it goes. And with these videos, I want it to be a bit more of a calm, a bit more cool, collected, sort of chilled atmosphere to the highly scripted, sort of like really aggressive content that I give you on a daily basis, give or take. I'm really distracted because the number one trend in the UK, in typical UK fashion, is the word nonce. It is what it is. With that said, shall we get into it? And as you can see, Cole Palmer and Levi Colwill have both been withdrawn from November's England squad. And they aren't the only ones. Malo Gusto has also been withdrawn. It doesn't come as too much of a surprise with the likes of Cole Palmer, but with Levi, did he get hurt? Am I forgetting? I had a bit of a busy day for the game against Arsenal, as we're all aware. But I don't really recall him getting too badly injured. Malo Gusto as well. It just gives off that sort of thing. Like, I need to find the actual post that that showcased the players that have been withdrawn throughout the entire English break, or the international break, I should say. But there's the likes of Trent, who obviously we know is injured definitively. Phil Foden, I think, as well. We saw, obviously, Levi Colwill. We've seen Cole Palmer as well. There's a whole host of like key players that are amiss for their respective England. Well, for England more so is the one I've seen, as I try my hardest to get it. Oh, pause. Here we go. So I've got it here. I'll try. Oh, hang on. I'll try and fit it on the screen for you here. But I mean, that is a pretty damning report, is it not? Literally all of our ballers except for Jude Bellingham, you would argue. Of course, a couple of others as well. But Trent Alexander-Arnold, Levi Colwill, Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Cole Palmer, Aaron Ramsdale, Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka, who, let's not forget, Declan Rice, he'd broken his toe, was fit enough to play for Arsenal against Chelsea, but has subsequently been dropped from his duties with England. Saka, I'm not. Well, he limped. He was injured after the game, wasn't he? He did pick up a knock, I suppose. He had his obligatory limp in the game against Chelsea on the weekend, but that is quite a lot of players missing, and albeit it's not really that important. I think we've got the Republic of Ireland. I think we've got Greece, maybe, or are these the ones from last time? I can't actually recall what games that we have coming up, but it's I mean, such big players missing. It just seems as though, at least from our perspective, I can speak for our side. When it comes to Chelsea, it is Greece and it's Ireland, not the Republic of Ireland, but it is Greece and Ireland. Well, it's Ireland, of course. So it is it is the Republic of Ireland. But yeah, with Palmer, he's had a knock. With Colwill, I can't quite see what the problem is there. I'm sure something else has been, but then he has had slight injuries here and there throughout the first couple of weeks or months rather of the season. So it is what it is. It's the point I'm trying to get across is that I feel like this is very tactical. We need Levi Colwill. We very, very desperately need Cole Palmer in order to progress and continue along the path that we are trying to go through with this season. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's not the first time it's happened. It certainly won't be the last. I expect Cole Palmer to be a regular absentee in games that aren't necessarily of high importance when it comes to England. And if he does, he'll be on the bench or something. We'll come up with something. But I didn't think we'd be one of those teams, but we have really, truly become one of those teams. As I said, Malo Gusto missing out on... It was under 21's French international duty, but at the same time, we do need Malo Gusto. So we'll only time will tell if any of these players were actually injured, but you can bet your bottom bippy. You can bet your bottom bippy that they will be back fit and ready to go as soon as the football is back. With that said, let's get into this one. Estêvão Willian, of course, we know the 17. Is he now 18 years old? How old is he? He's still 17. Still playing at Palmeiras. 33 games or 33 league appearances with 12 goals. He is absolutely tearing the world of football, at least in the Brazilian league, alight. He's taking all of the news headlines. He's taken everything that you could possibly want as a young up and coming player by storm. But even then, I fear that he's not getting the plaudits, the attention that I think he deserves. And obviously Fabrizio's reporting on it. You know, whenever I've spoken with Alex or anyone else in the Chelsea sphere, it seems as though we know, or we seem to now understand the kind of player that we're getting. But in the world of like outside of Chelsea, I feel like it's not someone like Lamine Yamal that's getting the highs and the you know the press that this player is just. I know he's doing it for Barca, but come on, what we're being sold here, the dream, I mean, is that this guy is gonna be the next Neymar. He is gonna be the next best, just the biggest thing in football at one point in his career. He said this: I want to make history. I want to become the most successful Brazilian in Chelsea's history. And might I say, we've had quite the list of Brazilians at Chelsea. I mean, two of which, David Luiz, Thiago Silva, both Champions League winners. Ramirez as well. Let's not forget. Willian as well. There's obviously you guys get the hint. There's a lot. There is a lot of Brazilian heritage. There's a lot of Brazilian history at Chelsea. Oscar as well, one of the unsung heroes, but obviously left a bit too early to really get that name for himself. Apart from anything other than being, going to China and cashing in. It seems as though this player, 17 years of age, it's one of those things where I'm so excited. I don't quite know how the expectations can't be too high for this player. But from what we know, he is absolutely incredible. He will join in the summer of 2025, just to clarify. But he also said this: I want to win titles and show all of my potential, show everything I can do. That's going to be my mission, which, I mean, that should be the mission of every player, whether you're playing for Chelsea or not. It seems as though he's a very motivated individual. Elsewhere, unconfirmed, but confirmed reports, I'm assuming, I don't know. It seems as though it's a bit of like, I don't know why this would be banner, but it's not. It's probably true. Everyone is talking to me about Big Ben. I haven't done my research yet, but I've already found out a few things about it on the internet. I'm excited to visit London, so I'm assuming he's still not visited London, despite having signed for the club nearly a year ago now, on June 2020. Well, announced that we would officially join. Well, we announced that we would, but it seems like it's been a while since we've actually signed him. Everyone says it's one of the best cities in the world that it receives a lot of tourists and everyone praises it. That also influenced my decision to go to Chelsea. It's weird that he didn't mention the vast amount of Brazilian legends that have played for Chelsea over the years, but more so the fact that, you know, tourists go there and that everyone praises London. We'll go there at the end of the year. They say it's cold, but we're prepared. So, you know, bless him. He seems as though he's excited. Let's hope that, you know, he doesn't get blinded too much by the lights of, you know, West London and so on and so forth. And that it is the acquisition that we are hoping, that we are praying that it ends up being one of the best Brazilian players to ever play the game. At least that is what he's hoping to be at Chelsea Football Club. With that said, let me know your thoughts on these two things and on the, you know, David Coote situation. It's a little bit dicey. Had people tricked thinking it was AI for the slightest moments, but I think it is actually real. He has been suspended. What an error. What an error. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 10 o'clock. Please like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified of any future content on the channel. My name is Harry at the Chelsea. I'll see you tomorrow, and peace.